Grant, hard to believe that NBA games are back. Preseason pontification is over.
BA, you're spot on. No more guessing, no more wondering. The games count now. A lot of optimism could be about to vanish in these first handful of games. Got to check it out.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. Sam Hauser out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Queta in at center, locking down the middle. Now here's Bridges. It's Hart on the wing, defended by Brown. Here's Brunson outside. Boston pulls it in. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, for 3 quarters, they were the much better team. But when the lead started to slip away, they just lost their composure. And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
And that one's good, Brunson.
When your mechanics are as strong as Brunson's, there's nothing to think about. Just shoot the ball.
All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, BA, he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success.
Now here's Brunson. 23 points his last outing. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Pritchard, coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. Outside, Brown. Clock at 6. Takes a 13-footer. And Anunoby pulls it down.
A little disjointed to start this game, missing 3 of their first 4 shots already.
Brunson passes to Towns. Back to Brunson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Brunson's got 5 now.
When he gets near the basket, Brunson can do some major damage.
Outside White. The 3 hits the trifecta. White's gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. Well, head coach Mike Brown taking over this season for New York. He's well aware of the pressure to win a championship with the Knicks fresh off an Eastern Conference Finals run. But he said this is the kind of pressure you want as a coach, having a chance to win big. And he's excited for the challenge.
You got to respect that mindset. All right, Shams, thanks very much. And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. Now Clarkson. Pass to Towns. Minot pulls it in.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
And that's good. His first bucket of the game. 56 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
The 7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Left side, Pritchard. There's a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He shoots. It's rebounded by New York. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
And a quick look at the stats after that game. They were phenomenal from the charity stripe.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
Now here's Simons. He's scoreless. Boucher a screen on Clarkson. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Knicks, up 3. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Filling out the wings, Clarkson and Bridges. Kershawn Yabusele out there with Mitchell Robinson, and it's McBride in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Now here's White. He's coming off a 25-point game against Philadelphia.
And he played cat and mouse with the defense, baiting them into fouls, working himself to the line.
Up top, McBride. He's covered by Simons. Clarkson for 3. That one doesn't drop.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. Back to Simons. Hey, from beyond the arc. Clarkson grabs a miss. New York leading by 3. And Grant, the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
Now here's White. He's got 5. Boucher passes to Simons. Here's White. Let's go with a 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. For the Knicks, Towns, he's checked in for Yabusele. OG Anunoby comes in for Clarkson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for McBride. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Cadis checked in for Boucher. Hauser comes in for Tillman. Brown, he's checked in for Minot. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Simons. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Three-pointer, Bridges. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
The first free throw is good.
One of the NBA's Iron Men, Mikal Bridges, has remained remarkably healthy and efficient for most of his career so far.
That one's no good. Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years, BA, building their draft assets. They cashed them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work.
And he nails the third. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Outside, Brown. Here's White. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Pritchard. White with a screen on Brunson. 5 to shoot. Pritchard, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Brunson brushes off the D.
Look, we know all players put a lot of work in the weight room, but Brunson certainly at the top of the list and uses that strength to shield off defenders really well.
Here's Hauser. Knocks down the long J. Hauser's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Back to Brunson. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Three-pointer off the mark. Up top, Brown. Anunoby covering. White on the wing. Hauser left side. This one for three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Bridges. Boston pulls it in, and this game, the first chance they've had to see New York.
And this is probably a game they've been looking forward to since these guys bounced them from the playoffs last year.
Exactly, dispatched in the conference semis, and so they'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge in this game. They should be highly motivated.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Knicks leading by a point. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. So stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far.
Shooting below 35% unacceptable. Makes the game closer than it needs to be. But also, credit the defense they were facing.
Yeah, staying connected to shooters, trying to contest everything. And now let's take a glimpse at some of the games on the upcoming schedule.
Looking at the Knicks, hey, their spirits are high. They have a chance to start the season on a winning streak. Build up that momentum, guys.
The way they looked in that first game, it certainly wouldn't be a surprise. Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
The Knicks with the lead. On the court right now for the Celtics. White and Brown are the wingmen. Then it's Sam Hauser. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Queta in at the 5 spot. And a deep three from Brunson. Hauser grabs the board. And for the Celtics, they're shooting just 33% so far in this game. Brown with it. Towns covering. Outside White. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Karl Anthony Towns is now familiar with the ethos of this Knicks team. He said they're gritty, they find a way to win, they never quit, bringing that New York mentality every single night. It's something that you recognize when you get to live in that kind of a culture. Back over to you.
They are relentless. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Down low. Here's Queta. And the layup is good off the glass.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
There's a screen for 3, Bridges. And the Knicks, another 3.
From the moment he entered the league, Mikal Bridges has been knocking down threes.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. New York leading by 5. Well, Grant, the 2025 season was sort of a return to form for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, B.A., he just seemed more comfortable out there, right? Getting back to what his numbers used to look like and just playing with reckless abandon.
Pritchard finds White. Pass to Brown. Got a hand on it.
What a big-time denial by Anunoby. OG came flying in to erase that chance.
New York working the ball around now. Here's Brunson outside. And the Knicks, another three.
Tell you what, guys, the aggressiveness on defense just hasn't been there this half, not like it was in the first.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Yabusele, he's checked in for Anunoby. Boucher's checked in for Boston. Tillman comes in for Hauser. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Outside Pritchard. White for three. A three ball from the corner. Derek White.
Part of White's expanding game is the attention to his jump shot, and he's made great improvement in that area.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And he's headed to the line for two. He gets the whistle there. In the summer of 24, Jalen Brunson signed a contract extension, famously signing for less than his max, Clark.
Yeah, you know, B.A., it was a calculated move by Brunson because he wanted the team to have room to add additional players. If you ask me, that's the kind of winning, selfless attitude you want from the guy who's your franchise player.
And he drops the first.
Brunson has really developed into such a leader on the floor. He was that way in college. Quiet but assertive, controls the pace and tempo of the game, creates space for his teammates. Oh, he's really a coach on the floor in many respects.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Clarkson comes in for Hart. Boston also changing it up. Minot's checked in for Brown. Shireman comes in for White. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Pritchard. Simons outside, launches it. The shot comes out.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And a nice bump for their offense this half. Now shooting over 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
Out to the right wing. Here's Brunson. Check out Brunson going to work inside.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
And so it's the New York Knicks in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. OG Anunoby out there with Gershon Yabusele. Then there's Miles McBride. Then it's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. White for 3. Connects from downtown.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Boucher against Towns. Clarkson outside. Towns on a screen. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Clarkson missing.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
White, the pass to Simons. Nails it from 3.
And you can just tell Simons has a lot of trust in his three-point shooting ability.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And some changes here for New York. Josh Hart's checked in for Yabusele. Mikal Bridges comes in for Clarkson. And Brunson is subbed in for McBride. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Cadis checked in for Boucher. Hauser comes in for Tillman. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Minot. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Simons. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Outside, Brown. Using the glass to lay it in.
And they're on a big run to make this game interesting. Can't let up now.
I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at it.
Brunson, here's Anunoby from downtown. Shot's no good. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Brown against Anunoby. Now here's Brown. Guarded closely. White. It's money from deep.
He's done so much damage from beyond the arc, and he's still hitting those big shots.
And it's a big one. What a performance from long range. Remarkable.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Pritchard against Brunson. Now Hart. Bridges outside. Oh, and again, unable to change momentum here. And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Brown. Brown cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
Hey, and with Brown, guys, it doesn't matter what point in the game it is. I mean, he's ready to shoot whenever he has the ball in a good spot.
Brunson, 10-footer is good.
Just get the ball to Brunson. He is used to the bright lights and relishes producing when they're on.
Brown against Anunoby. Rebounded by Towns.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
He'll challenge any defender. Brunson going right after it inside.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. They set the screen. Here's the pass to Brown. Shoots from 12. Harden with a rebound. Here's Anunoby. And he slams it down.
OG elevating. Boy, this guy can fly.
Here's Brown. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Ripped down the board. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. And the Celtics call time here. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts, guys?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
White. Cash from downtown. New York with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
That's exactly how to close out a game. Take advantage of every opportunity.
Brown fires! It's good from beyond the arc.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that puts him up 5. Peyton Pritchard. Oh, he can't connect from long distance. So New York wins it. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
I mean, we played like we wanted it more. You know, we came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensively. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.